I don't know how close Kemper is to coming back, and one game isn't going to change my thoughts on who the Avs starter is, but it's certainly a good start. Avs win over the Edmonton Oilers 4-0 to take a 2-0 series lead in the Western Conference Finals.
Alex Newhook!
Oh boy.
Whoa!
This was just an extremely well-played game from the Colorado Avalanche, top to bottom. They got quality minutes out of just about everyone. It wasn't perfect. There were mistakes, of course, but Francouz played well and helped the Avs get out of their issues. The first period was the Avs' worst period of the game, and that's not to say it was a bad period, certainly not at 5-on-5. They were generating decent chances, they just weren't finishing, and they gave up some decent ones to Edmonton too, but they didn't give up the goal. It was pretty fast-paced and pretty high-octane hockey. Edmonton style, yes, but the Avs are more than comfortable playing it too. And with better zone exits and Francouz doing a good job of not giving up dangerous rebounds, the Avs just weren't giving very many second-chance opportunities to Edmonton. And then you have the penalties. Edmonton took 3 penalties in the first period, one of them resulting in about 90 seconds of 5-on-3 time for the Avs, and the Avs failed to score on the power play as a whole in that period. You do need better there. Full stop. It's definitely something that you can look at and say the Avs could definitely improve from this hockey game. Not scoring on a 5-on-3 is a dangerous proposition. That side of special teams is really the only thing you can say wasn't good enough tonight for the Avs, because at 5-on-5, they looked just fine. They were executing well, and they looked like the better hockey team. And while the Avs didn't score on that 5-on-3 and other power play opportunities, give them some credit. They didn't let it affect their momentum either. They kept playing well, they kept focused, and they didn't get down on themselves. And from the start of the second period onward, it really was domination from the Avs. The Avs outshot Edmonton 40-24 in this hockey game. From the start of the second period, the Avs had 26 shots, Edmonton had 11. It's hard for Edmonton's talent to beat you when they don't have the puck. And the best part about this is the Avs' goals in this game were not just a question of talent, which, don't get me wrong, the talent is there, but it's just good old-fashioned hard work. The Avs get in, they earn pucks, they earn opportunities, and they eventually start converting. 4 minutes into the second period, they get the first one. This play actually starts with a messy neutral zone where the Avs don't do a very good job of controlling the puck, and then an errant pass intended for Lehkonen that gets into the zone but not on his stick. But Lehkonen just stays strong. He doesn't directly affect anything here, but forces Edmonton to rush, forces them to make plays, and Darnell Nurse just does not make a very good pass with Lehkonen on him. That frees up a loose puck. Mikko's in there pressuring. He finds it. He's able to find another man. They throw it in towards the net. It's a Kadri shot, a Lehkonen tip, and a beautiful goal all the way around. Edmonton seemingly had no answer for the Avs' second line, particularly when they turned up the heat. Edmonton just kind of crumbled while the Avs continued to build upward. Kadri and Lehkonen in particular played absolutely amazing games in this one. And look, Avs fans are well aware that the first goal of the game doesn't mean much. The first goal of the game has not led to a win in many of the Avs playoffs games so far. So they didn't sit on their laurels. They immediately go down and they score again. This one more clearly a forecheck for the second line. They're in deep, they're chasing pucks. Lehkonen comes in, gives up the body to create a loose puck. Mikko jumps in, jumps on it. The battle continues. The puck comes loose. Lehkonen has bounced off of his man and finds the loose puck. Just good work, just good vision, just good effort outworking the Oilers. He makes a nice little backhand pass to Kadri, who's out loose and free, and suddenly the Avs have created a little bit of space. Kadri does a good job to recognize Manson is open and has a lane for days here. Manson probably could have got a little bit deeper. You know, he's not Cale Makar. You take what you can get. And this is just a perfect shot. Do you want Mike Smith to save it if you're Edmonton? Probably, but Manson puts it perfectly over the pad and under the glove. It cannot be overstated how much better Josh Manson was in this game compared to Game 1. Again, it wasn't perfect, but it was very high quality. His defense was much better, and obviously a perfect shot on that goal to get the Avs up 2. It's exactly what they needed, the defense getting involved. It's just amazing work from Josh Manson. So 2 quick strike goals from the Avs get them in the correct position in this hockey game, but there's still a lot of game left. Well, you know what makes that lot of game a little bit easier to get through? tacking on another goal just a couple minutes later. This play uses the full length of the ice. After Edmonton fails to do anything on an entry into the zone, the puck comes to Francouz, and he recognizes he has an opportunity to play a puck to an Av by playing it to the far wall. Edmonton crashing in on him, there's no one out up high to be aggressive, so Landy is not only there to play it, but he has time and space to do something effective with it. He holds it for an extra second and gets it up, doesn't actually make the best play, but it works out as it comes to Kadri's stick. You catch an Edmonton defenseman flat-footed at the blue line. Mikko's already in front of him. All of a sudden, it's a 2-on-1 with a questionable change there from Duncan Keith, to say the least. Obviously, they were changing at the moment, but probably should have hopped off and let Duncan Keith stay there. Just a bit of a weird one from Edmonton. Either way, they walk in. Kadri does a great shot. Look, everyone in the building knows Kadri's a shooter. Not this time. He gets the pass through, and Mikko, with the nice finish under the blocker, makes sure it counts. I still don't think this is full 110% beast mode Mikko Rantanen, but it's certainly a step up. It's certainly a guy that you can rely on a little bit, at least in the offensive zone, to play well and be effective for you. Yeah, I do think he struggled on the power play still a little bit tonight, but he's not going to be perfect. He has a 2-point night. He puts a puck in the back of the net. That's what you need out of him. And from there, honestly, I think the second half of the second period was the critical part of this game. At 5-on-5, again, the Avs did an extremely good job of limiting what Edmonton got as a whole. It just wasn't a ton dangerous there, and for what they did give up, Francouz locked it down. More importantly is the special teams. The power play let the Avs down tonight. The penalty kill did not. 2 extremely excellent penalty kills down at the end of the second period, one drifting into the third, and the Avs execute defensively to stay up 3-0 heading into the third. And honestly, in the third period, it only got better. The Avs continued to play effective, smart hockey, staying aggressive, maybe not full YOLO, but taking their opportunities where they could, and Edmonton really struggled to get any traction, to the point where you get halfway through the period and Edmonton is kind of starting to melt down. While the Avs continued to fail to bury the game on the power play early in the third, there still felt like there was no doubt in their minds that they were taking this one. Eventually, Edmonton starts getting into some nonsense, and they pay the price for that. So the Avs are on a power play because Evander Kane is dumb, and Makar puts a shot on here, and the Avs are going to get a grade A opportunity, 2 really, from Nathan MacKinnon in front here that aren't going to go in, but keep your eyes on Mike Smith's glove. You have Kadri crashing, and Duncan Keith also coming in, and there's some sort of contact there, but it's not exactly clear what knocks his glove off, but Mike Smith's glove is now entirely off. Look, if you want to blow the whistle there, I'm fine with it. I thought the refs should have. They didn't. The play continues. Edmonton fails to clear at the blue line there with a brutal play. That should have been up and out of the zone for sure. And as the Avs get to keep it in, Makar gets it over to MacKinnon. Mike Smith currently in the middle of putting his glove back on and has to adjust and make a save. And honestly, if Mike isn't dealing with the glove there, I think he probably makes this save, but it goes in. Look, if this goal mattered at all, I'd be telling you, yeah, that goal probably shouldn't have counted. I think they should blow the whistle when a goaltender loses a piece of equipment like that. It's just a dangerous situation, and would have been perfectly happy for that goal not to count in this hockey game. But again, I ultimately don't think it really affected the final result of this hockey game in any significant way. Not going to dwell on it. That makes the final score 4-0, but the final score was going to go the Avs' way, regardless. Edmonton had already started to boil over and do nonsense loser stuff at that point. The nonsense continues pretty much all the way up until the final buzzer from Edmonton, but they're not able to put the puck in the back of the net, and Pavel Francouz gets a well-earned shutout. Can you nitpick things here and there in this game for the Avalanche? Yes, absolutely. Did they give up some dangerous opportunities? Yeah. They did, but Pavel Francouz stopped them. On the whole, the Avs played quality hockey, and in a playoff game, I don't think you can really ask for much more than what the Avs did here. The Avs sit in the driver's seat of the Western Conference Finals after 2 games. They go into Edmonton for games 3 and 4, and really all they need is a split, and then they have 3 shots to win 1. If they win game 3, they get 4 shots to win 1. Now, easier said than done, of course. The Avs have to go into Edmonton and have to find a way to get the job done, but it's hard not to feel really good about this team in this moment. Given that Darcy Kemper didn't even practice, I think it's safe to assume Francouz will probably start game 3, and if he continues to play like that, he could definitely make it tough to take him out of the lineup. The Avs are now just 6 wins away from holding the Stanley Cup, but that feels like an eternity. You're not thinking about 6 wins from now. You're not even thinking about 2 wins from now and winning this series. All you think about is Game 3. Go out there, win 1 hockey game at a time, and keep moving forward. That is the end of this game video review. Thank you for watching. Head over to thednvr.com for all of our coverage. I am Rudo, and that is good hockey.
Avalanche time, come on, grab your friends. We're going to the playoffs again with Nate the dog and Gabe the big. The fun isn't over yet, it is Avalanche time.